Hello, beautiful people. How are we feeling about the new background? Welcome to my office, girlies. We are back with another tiny house video, this time with a little bit of a twist, because initially I wanted this to be a spring garden, and I do have some things to show you as to how this build changed over the course of, I want to say, at least 1 week. So as you can see, we're working with an 8x8 square, and I'm just placing down some markers for where I wanted things to go. The smaller square you can see within it was supposed to be a greenhouse, and obviously the rest of the area around it is going to be the garden. As you can see, we were going to do an entire custom build garden, so every single thing in the garden was going to be custom. So I built this greenhouse totally out of basic shapes, and I'm not gonna lie, I think it was okay, but I just did not love it at the end when I had finished the entire garden. Now let's get into what I do love: this flipping custom fence. Listen, if you're struggling with ideas and you're struggling with inspo, go to Pinterest right now. Stop talking, get off this video, go to Pinterest right now, go right now and make a board of all the things that you like and you want to build, because this is the inspo that I saw on Pinterest, and look at what I'm building. How freaking cute. It's literally just the basic cube sized up to the different levels and the pyramid basic shape, and that's literally it. And then I used the small square beams and the transform plus tool to make the lines in between the fences. And now let me tell you something, me having the transform plus tool has changed my whole life. Can you hear the excitement in my voice? This is not for pretend, this is real, okay? I'm so excited to have the transform plus tool. It has completely changed the way that I build. I just want to do custom everything, and that's why you're seeing me build a custom dining chair and table. Yes, I'm even doing the back of the chair custom. These were the inspos that I had for the chair. It didn't come out exactly as I wanted, but it was close enough to where I was satisfied with the overall outcome. It was super finicky. Please, you're seeing it come together all nice and cute right now. It looks like, oh my gosh, she's doing it so quick and so easy. No, this was a very long and treacherous process, I'm not gonna lie to you. And one thing I will say is, if you want to get custom builds to be the same size or like realistic sized to the things in Bloxburg, just place it next to something in Bloxburg. So as you can see, I had the log chair next to it just to make sure that it was going to be the right size. On a little side note though, I absolutely adore spring. Oh my gosh, spring is like the pre-drinks to the best month of the year, which is obviously summer. And when my birthday is, hey, shout out to the Leos in the chat. So I love spring, and I was so excited to do this build because I just think it's so cutesy. You know, you get loads of flowers, just beautiful trees, just beautiful colors, and it's such a fun thing to get to build. You guys let me know down below if we should do one for every single season. So we do a garden for summer, one for autumn, and one for winter as well, because I would honestly be so open to doing that. Oh, another thing I've started to do, guys, look at my nails. I absolutely love this set so much. I'm thinking that I will start matching my nails to the season that we're in. I don't normally do that, but having this type of nail color in the spring just makes so much freaking sense. Anyways, back to the build. Can you see how my chairs came out? I know the legs are a bit wonky, we don't talk about that, but look at the design. Guys, I made this with my hands and my blood and sweat and tears, okay? This was all me, and I'm so freaking proud of it. They came out so cute. The only shame is that they're not functional, so they are purely decorative. You cannot sit on them. I genuinely did have the idea of trying to transform like an ottoman into the seat, but it was just way too bulky and it didn't give the sleek design that I was looking for, so I opted out of it. As you can see, greenhouse, poof, she's gone. She is gone. The exterior of the tiny house. The reason why this video is a little bit longer is also because I wanted to show you guys the steps of the process. I wanted to be honest, candid, and true with you guys that sometimes when I'm building, I change my mind a lot, okay? There's different designs that I go through, and sometimes I only show you guys the final product, and sometimes, like today, I'm going to show you the entire process. Like the fact that I was actually going to make this tiny house 2 stories. Who the freak do I think that I am? First of all, it's ugly, and second of all, I was struggling so much to get the stairs to fit properly inside. It was just not worth the time, and so this is eventually what I cut it down to. These are custom windows as well, which I honestly think custom windows are made for Bloxburg houses if you really want to change the look of them. I'm also just back spacing so you guys could see what I did off camera. I just made a little archway into the back garden area, and this was the door that I went with because it matches the lines on the windows. Now we're doing the interior. You're probably thinking, Naya, where's the space? You ain't gonna fit everything in here. Watch and learn, people. So that room over there is our little bathroom, and for this next part I took major inspo from like the Sims 4 houses where they build platforms to kind of build some separation between the main floor and like where something else needs to be placed. So I'm doing that for the bedroom. That way we don't have to have a separate room for the bedroom. The bedroom can be open concept, but it's gonna feel like it's in a different place, and I think that that looks really, really good. This small modern bed does go on top of a basic shape. I just went to check and make sure that the idea was gonna give. It's not poking through the back. Mwah, perfect. Now as you can imagine, this is gonna be our kitchen, and I'm going to show you in a moment how freaking long it took me to figure out the layout for this kitchen. I'm not joking. I went through many different styles, many different positions, and everything just kept clipping on. If anybody knows how to stop it auto clipping the counters, please let me know, because it's pissing me off so much. Why can't I just place a counter and place something next to it without it connecting? Did I ask you to connect? Anyway, I left that alone for a minute because I realized that I actually wanted to extend the house and put the bathroom on this side, so that way I could have a door that went into the backyard and be a little bit of a cheat and extend the kitchen. Listen, if you're going to be a tiny house builder, you need to know how to manipulate the space to your advantage, because honestly, yeah, sometimes a 4x4 is very difficult to build in, but if you know where to place things and how to, you know, maneuver yourself a little bit, it's fine. So I think this layout is a lot better. Now you've got the space to go into the backyard, and the kitchen is a teensy bit bigger. Also, shout out to Bloxburg for the retro update, because that oven is so cute and I want it in real life. Okay, also I had to redo the roof. Obviously, roofing is something that I don't ever want to do custom. I'm sorry. Shout out to the custom builders, shout out to you lot, but I just, oh my goodness, I cannot with the custom roofs in Bloxburg. I then added some pillars to the house because, girl, this house was looking flat as a pancake and we really needed some shape, and some wall trim as well, just for some added detail. And I'm not gonna lie, every time I build these tiny houses, I ask myself, would I live in a house like this? And you know what, on my own, I definitely would. I do not mind a tiny house. I think they're really cute and they look so aesthetically pleasing to me. Now at this point, I'm kind of deciding that because it's a spring house, there needs to be flowers and sort of gardening stuff absolutely everywhere. So just placing down some planter boxes and some plant pots to make sure that we can fill this garden with enough flowers and bushes and leaves and trees to make sure that it's super colorful and very busy. I think the key to a good garden is to make it busy, because in real life, grass does not grow in a straight line. It grows however the hell it wants to grow. And these fairy lights, guys, let me tell you something about building on mobile. You better check that that fairy light is straight. So now we're back inside the build and we are ready to start coloring things and placing some furniture as well. I just think building interiors is very difficult for me, guys, but honestly, the way that this came out, I am so in love. I took a lot of inspiration from Pinterest, as you know, and this was the inspo picture I used for like the wall paneling, which I think looks really good. Obviously, I never do colored kitchens. If you know me, you know I'm more of a neutral babe, but today we were going all out with the colors and the color scheme. So we've got green appliances and generally just a cute combination of colors. I think once I understood the color scheme I was going for, it was pretty natural for me to be able to color everything correctly. You know, we've got the pinks, the yellows, the greens, the browns, like that is literally perfect. Now this is my first time ever doing a custom wallpaper, and let me tell you something, this was not as difficult as I thought it was going to be. You guys thought I was going to say it was. No, it really wasn't. I was pleasantly surprised at how easy this process was, and you guys can let me know in the comments what aesthetic this is. I don't really know what it would fit into, because I think most people would maybe consider it cottage core because of like the flowers and whatnot, but I don't really think it's giving cottage core. I don't know what is giving. So if you have an idea of what aesthetic this is, please let me know. You'll notice I also changed the bed. There is no space for like a wardrobe or a dresser, so we're just going to pretend that that is under bed storage. You see, you have to be very creative and expand your mind when you're building in Bloxburg, because anything is possible. Also, throughout this build, I've used many different styles of furniture. I've used retro, I've used rustic, I've used modern. Are you guys for or against that? For me personally, I think if it fits in terms of the coloring, it's fine. I'm not like purely, oh my gosh, if you're doing an industrial build, only use industrial furniture. I'm not about that. If you can color it and make it look good, then you should definitely do that. We're actually coming to the end now of this build. I'm just adding the final pieces into the kitchen and just sort of deciding where everything else is going to go, and then we will go on to the tour.
Get some in now, let your edge out. To some iceberg, you'll be heavy in my mind. Can you get the heck out? I need rest now, got me bummed out. You so, baby, baby, baby. I've been on my empty mind, shit. I should've came from you, resume.
First of all, if you made it this far into the video, give yourself a round of applause and a pat on the back, because you are a real one, okay? And I appreciate you. So this is how the house came out. I did all of the designing off camera, as you guys know, and I just think the color scheme and everything is just so cohesive. All my decals and any sort of plants that I've used in the build all came from Pinterest. If you guys want me to make a Pinterest board that's public that I can share with you, just let me know and I will do that for you, of course. This bathroom is so teeny tiny. There's barely anything in here, but I did want to kind of decorate it. The kitchen is my favorite part of this entire build. I would cook in here just for the sake of it. It is so freaking gorgeous. I just love the brown tones mixed with the yellow and the green. That color scheme is perfect. And I did that little hack of putting the pot on the stove, which I've wanted to do for so long. And here's an area I didn't show you guys that I built, the little garden area. So of course we needed somewhere to store all of our stuff, and that's just next to where we have our outdoor dining and a little barbecue area. Before we go, we have to appreciate this outfit, which I made specifically for this build because it eats. Yup. And now we can close, and I thank you guys all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.